So I guess he thinks I'm going to go away, but I'm not going to go away.
Now at 6, a state commission is taking action against an Indianapolis plumber exposed by WRTV investigates what this could mean for customers and how you can protect yourself.
Know that I am going to be the Attorney General candidate, the Attorney General who's going to protect all people and their constitutional rights.
WRTV is helping you prepare for the 2020 election by getting to know the candidates vying for your vote. Tonight, we look into the race for Attorney General.
Haunted houses are now opening back up across central Indiana. I'm Nicole Griffin tonight at Indy Scream Park here in Anderson, finding out the safety precautions they have in place.
Welcome into the news at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Mullins. The State Plumbing Commission is taking action against an Indianapolis plumber accused of taking customers' money and not doing the work promised. It's an update to a story WRTV Investigates has been following for more than a year about Jonathan Kirby, who is facing new legal troubles as well. Our Kara Kenny explains what this could mean for customers and how to protect yourself.
Lenise Gordon paid Jonathan Kirby $942 to grade and sod her yard on Indy's west side, but says Kirby never showed up.
Excuse after excuse after excuse till I finally got to the point that let's cancel it. I want my money back.
Lenise filed a lawsuit against Kirby, and on September 15th, a small claims court judge issued a $942 judgment against Kirby. She's still waiting to get the money.
So I guess he thinks I'm going to go away, but I'm not going to go away.
On Wednesday, the Indiana Plumbing Commission met online and heard from 2 more of Kirby's former customers who say they paid Kirby to do work at their home, but he didn't finish the job or provide a refund. The Attorney General's office had the customers testify via phone.
So I texted him and asked him why he was late, and we had a little bit of back and forth that day, and then all contact stopped after that.
Did he give you any of your money back?
No.
So can you just remind everybody how much money you paid him that he never repaid you?
$1,500.
The Attorney General's office filed a formal complaint in April accusing Kirby of fraud, material deception, and misconduct. They allege Kirby violated the state's plumbing profession's rules by failing to complete contracted work. The state is asking the commission to discipline Kirby and get restitution for consumers.
And once again, I asked if Jonathan Kirby is present, and let the record show that he is not.
Because Kirby didn't show, the Plumbing Commission voted to issue Kirby a notice of proposed default. That means he has a week to provide a written response to the commission, and if he doesn't, they can proceed without his participation. We emailed Kirby, who told us, "I just looked in my email and saw I did miss the meeting today. I am attempting to gain employment as I write this to be able to pay people back, ma'am." Kirby has not been criminally charged with anything in connection to his business. As for the state's action, the next Plumbing Commission meeting is scheduled for December 2nd and is expected to hold a final hearing on Jonathan Kirby at that time. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
Before you hire a contractor, do an internet search for various versions of their name. Also run their name and business name through the state's online court system called My Case. That will let you see any criminal or civil cases. Look for reviews and ask for references, and never pay all the money up front. Hold back at least half the payment until the project is finished. Pay by credit card rather than cash or check. Now to our continuing coverage of the coronavirus and its impact on Indiana. The state health department reports 13 more deaths. 3,418 Hoosiers have now died with COVID-19. More than 121,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus, and more than 2 million tests have been administered in Indiana. This just in tonight, details on a new program designed to help local businesses rebound from the pandemic. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett announced the $11 million Hospitality Establishment Lifeline Payment Grant Program, also known as HELP. Restaurants, bars, and entertainment venues can be reimbursed up to $25,000 for rent or mortgage costs from April to December 2020. The application period for the HELP grant will run from October 15th to November 6th, but potential applicants are urged to prepare in advance because of an expected high demand. Within the $11 million grant, $2.5 million will be set aside for minority, women, disability, or veteran-owned businesses. New claims for unemployment benefits remain stubbornly high as the pandemic slowdown now enters its 7th month. Last week, more than 10,000 Hoosiers filed for regular unemployment benefits for the first time. When you combine those with applications for extra benefits available because of the pandemic, more than 31,000 people in Indiana filed for some type of unemployment. We just learned 3 Greek organizations at IU Bloomington have been given cease and desist orders. IU says the organizations are being investigated for violating public health regulations and restrictions during the pandemic. Records from the Monroe County Health Department do not indicate any complaint. We are waiting for more details. Last month, Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity was given a cease and desist order after a situation appeared to violate the Monroe County's Health Board regulations.
Showers and sunshine. Right now, as you can see over Putnam County, it's sunshine with a few cumulus clouds. I'll show you some of the showers that have developed as the colder air starts to return. We'll have a chilly 48 to 72 hours ahead. A warming trend will return next week, but it's about evening showers. Temperatures 53, as you can see in Kokomo, otherwise around 60 in Greenwood, also in Columbus. To the north we go, Howard County from Kokomo toward Greentown down to Tipton, some downpours there, then also northeast Madison County. As you come to the south, fewer showers. All of these are moving to the south and east, and I think as we get closer to sunset, they fade away. The winds that have gusted again over 30 miles per hour, those will start to calm down as we go through the evening hours, still be around 10 miles per hour tomorrow morning. We'll have your Friday forecast and details on the first weekend of October straight ahead.
Well, early voting begins in Indiana next week, and it's not just the president you'll be voting for, but for a new attorney general, too. Incumbent Curtis Hill lost his re-election bid as the Republican candidate to face off against Democrat Jonathan Weinzapfel. To get to know your candidates, tonight our Stephanie Wade introduces us to the Republican contender, former U.S. Representative TODD ROKITA.
Inside this local diner in Brownsburg.
Thanks for letting us have lunch together today. We haven't been able to do it for a long time.
We met TODD ROKITA and his wife Kathy, a former U.S. representative for the 4th District and Secretary of State. He did not run for re-election in 2018 to remain in the House, but instead ran for senator and lost to Mike Braun. Now he's looking for another statewide office, replacing Curtis Hill as Attorney General, whose law license was temporarily suspended over allegations that he groped a state lawmaker and 3 other women during a party. Hill has denied those allegations.
It's one of the reasons that I ran, is to bring back the integrity of the office. I'm stepping up. I'm offering myself to serve with the servant's heart that we served with when I was Secretary of State.
ROKITA says he's pleased with the governor's handling of the coronavirus, favoring keeping the economy as open as possible, letting people come to work, saying we'll be in better shape than other surrounding states.
We have to continue to protect against federal government overreach, help Donald Trump make sure that the agencies are reined in, and protect against the negative impact from liberal states around us, because their attorneys general can use the court system to over-regulate us.
In a contentious world with protests across the country.
Law and order, criminal justice, that's all very important, especially now given what we see on TV every night.
He feels strongly about protecting the people and being tough on crime, touting his experience.
I'm the only one in this race that has prosecuted criminals, and then we had 300 years of jail time from when I was your Secretary of State, working with the Prosecution Assistance Unit and local prosecutors to secure that jail time. The only one who's fought to have a case all the way to the United States Supreme Court.
A pro-life politician defending gun rights. He implemented the nation's first photo voter identification law.
We have a record of returning money to taxpayers. We have a record of fighting waste, fraud, and corruption.
Protecting pre-existing conditions, he says, is near and dear to his heart.
Kathy and I, our firstborn Teddy is a special needs young man now. He's 12, and he's growing right before our eyes. And we think he's going to change the world.
Making sure health care exists for people like Teddy.
We really enjoy meeting and seeing the people of the state, and you can definitely bet that as your Attorney General, you'll see a lot of me again.
Stephanie Wade, WRTV.
Well, tomorrow you will hear from the former Evansville Mayor, Jonathan Weinzaffel, who is the Democratic nominee. The Libertarians did not put up a candidate for this race. There's a new website to help you track the wait times for Marion County polling places in real time. It's called Indy Vote Times, and it's hosted by a group called Vote Safe Indiana. When early voting begins next Tuesday, the website will start clocking current wait times at voting centers across the county to help alleviate long lines. With an even bigger voter turnout expected this year, Vote Safe Indiana wants to make sure people know their options and what the lines would look like even before leaving their front door. If you're voting with an absentee ballot, you need to plan ahead. The deadline is quickly approaching, October 22nd, and there are very specific criteria allowing you to vote by mail. We have that list for you on WRTV.com. However, you don't have to mail in that absentee ballot. If you have concerns on mailing your ballot, you can turn it in person to your county's election board at early voting sites or on election day at any voting site before noon. Let's recap some dates and deadlines to remember. Election day is November 3rd. Early voting begins October 6th. And again, you must request an absentee ballot by October 22nd and deliver it by November 3rd. Let WRTV be your central source for all you need to know before November 3rd. Go to our Vote in 2020 digital section. You'll find everything you need to know there, including who's on your ballot, where you can vote and when, how early voting works and when it starts, what mailing in your vote looks like, and any other questions you might have this election season. Keep a tab open at WRTV.com/vote in 2020. It took until October, but finally some fans got a chance to see racing inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway today. It's the start of the Harvest GP weekend for IndyCar. A ton of action at the track between now and Sunday. Brad Brown is live at IMS with a look. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Mark, a lot of those fans are still here as we are standing by for IndyCar qualifying for race 1 of the Harvest GP. That's coming up here in the span of just about 10 minutes as they'll set the field for Friday's race. They'll do it all over again on Saturday, but we talk about some of these fans. We're actually down here in the E Grandstand. This is turn 1 of the oval. For the 500, these are some of the most prime seats anywhere at 16th and Georgetown today. You got a better part of 1,000 people or more. They're here. They're also up above us in the penthouse as well. Just happy to see anything out here. And they've seen some really good action on a nice cool day here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at the practice session from earlier this afternoon. The IndyCar drivers had 75 minutes on track. By the time it was all done, it was one of the rookies of the field, Alex Palou, running the fastest times of the day. Really a pretty tight field from top to bottom, just over a second separating the top 15 guys. And they will be among the favorites to run for the pole position here in just about 10 minutes from now. As for Palou, another one of the young guys with a good showing here as the season winds down.
We'll still work on it as if we were P10 instead of P1 and try to get that P1 in qualifying. So,
was there anything significantly different with the conditions? A little cooler today than it was when you guys ran here last time around?
That always helps, but that helps for everybody. It's just more power from the engine, more grip from the downforce. So it's a bit easier to drive for everybody. And the thing is that maybe if we have a bit of a problem with the car balance, the temperature for sure covers it. So yeah, we are in the right direction, and hopefully we will be up there after qualifying or after the race.
All right, let's take a look at the quick 6 from practice this afternoon. Palou ahead of Jack Harvey by just a 1/10 of a second. Colton Herta there in 3rd. And one of the big stories will be the championship points chase this weekend. Scott Dixon 4th in practice, Joseph Newgarden 6th. Dixon leads Newgarden by 72 points. With the right results this weekend, Scott could clinch the series championship. Qualifying coming up. They'll race this one on Friday and then race 2 on Saturday at 2:30. We've already had some racing here all day at the track, including the GT4 America Series. Earlier this afternoon had the first of 2 races, and JARRETT Andretti finished 3rd, driving one of the McLarens out here this afternoon. So pretty cool to see an Andretti on the podium here at IMS. They'll race again coming up tomorrow. Of course, the GT cars will have their big 8-hour endurance race coming up on Sunday to cap off the weekend here at the Speedway. And a little fun for the reigning Indy 500 champion, Takuma Sato, in the span of the last few days, paid a visit to Chicago with the BORG-WARNER trophy. There with the owners of his team, Bobby Rahal, Mike Lanigan, Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. They also paid a visit to the MyJack headquarters, one of the primary sponsors of Takuma's car that took to victory lane playing here at Indianapolis just a few weeks ago. We'll see if Sato was able to run himself up front for these road course races this weekend. 85 laps on Friday, 75 on Saturday for the races. Coming up tonight at 7, we'll hear from the pole winner for race number 1 here at the Speedway. We're live on IMS. Brad Brown for WRTV Sports.
Brad, health experts are warning you to avoid indoor haunted houses this year, but straight ahead, we take you inside one local attraction and break down their COVID-19 safety plan.
I'll take you on a radar tour, show you some of the showers, even downpours right now, just northwest of Tipton, southeast of Kokomo. But will they be a part of the weekend? I'll have the answer coming up.
From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 6, streaming now.
Visiting indoor haunted houses this year is listed as one of the higher risk activities the CDC wants you to avoid. But we know it's a tradition many people look forward to this time of year. Tonight, our Nicole Griffin is working for you in Anderson, finding out how one haunted attraction is trying to protect its guests.
Indy Scream Park here in Anderson is now back open for this season, and we're finding out all the safety precautions they have in place to keep everyone safe as the COVID-19 pandemic continues.
What do you want?
Sparky the Clown is one of the more seasoned actors at Indy Scream Park in Anderson.
The name's Sparky for a reason. I start all the fires around here.
But this year, he's had to train for his role with precautions in mind due to COVID-19.
For us, we wear a special mask underneath of our makeup to make sure that we don't have anybody sick, get us sick, or we don't get anyone else sick.
So we have some that look like zombies for our zombie attractions, and we have some that look like clowns for our clown attractions.
Acting director Aubrey Stone has been worried for months about whether they would get to open this year. She started as a scare actor at Indy Scream Park when she was 15.
I was completely freaked out because this place is like my pride and joy.
Stone is training actors to keep 6 feet away from guests during the pandemic. But with the mask requirement, the job is also changing for makeup artist Peyton Beard.
We try and bring stuff along down the line of the mask. That way in the dark it blends in.
To increase social distancing, lines are longer, wider, and exits have been adjusted to avoid people gathering in one area. The park is also operating at just 50% capacity.
Just to keep our actors safer and make a more enjoyable and safer experience for the customer, because having fewer people out here on any given night does help with being able to space out.
The Indy Scream Park team says adjusting plans this year has been a huge undertaking, but they feel confident people can spread out and still enjoy the experience.
Don't mind giving us a try. I promise we'll make sure that your safety is kept in mind.
Working for you in Anderson, Nicole Griffin, WRTV.
Well, starting tomorrow, Indy Scream Park is open 7 days a week, but with operations at just 50% capacity. As Nicole mentioned, people are encouraged to buy tickets ahead of time online. Well, temperature checks and masks are required for all guests before entering. I saw the word temperature, Kevin. I thought that was all you, but now you can talk about temperatures.
Yeah, temperatures will be cool enough for more than a mask. You'll need to layer up a little bit, but it's been all temperatures for a while because nothing on radar. But we do have some radar to show you here in a second. I alluded to the weekend a minute ago, so let's just get right to it. Saturday, the best day of the weekend. Why? A little bit warmer and dry with partly sunny skies. That's after a frosty start in some spots. Sunday's temperature, 57. We're down a bit because of more cloud cover and some showers. First thing Sunday morning, showers in western Indiana. Those progress to the east into the early afternoon. This should be light rainfall. This is one of the forecast models keeping rainfall 1/4 of an inch or less. We'll take it, certainly not enough then to make a big difference in our abnormally dry or drought conditions. East of 31, just south of Tipton, nice little rainfall there. Also, southeast of Greentown, which is in Howard County, going to really northeast Tipton County, is where some rain sits, just northwest of Bedford. Maybe you'll catch a shower there in Oolitic, and then around Batesville, just along Interstate 74 in southeast Indiana. Those are the current showers. We'll see the overall coverage of those diminish in the next hour to hour and a half. Temperatures, cool. In the 50s in the metro area, 61 in Lafayette, lower 60s in Sullivan, 10 degrees cooler than yesterday for sure. Well, you've seen the nearly full moon the last couple of nights. The full moon rising tonight. Enjoy that. If you're out, it's like a third headlight on your car. I love seeing moon shadows when I go out, and so trees casting the shadow. Temperatures tonight drop into the 40s. There's your rain shower activity diminishing early tonight and then hugging Lake Michigan first thing in the morning tomorrow. Temperatures, as you can see, coolest Saturday morning. Sunday, we start to rebound because of the cloud cover that we expect ahead of those showers. Temperatures during the day tomorrow as we end the work week, staying in the 50s. That'd be the first time with a high temperature in the 50s since May. Friday night football, dry. That's the number one important thing. Temperatures in the 50s, falling into the 40s before the games end. That's what we'll wake up to on the Saturday. There are your Saturday afternoon high temperatures. I want to point out there is a warming trend. After temperatures are coolest on Sunday at 57, we snap back. Temperature lower 60s Monday, almost 70 Tuesday, and if 70 is your goal, we're back there on Wednesday. Partly sunny and 73 degrees. We'll be back with more news on WRTV right after this.
Students and families are now able to fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA. Tens of millions of dollars are available for Hoosier families wishing to seek a post-high school education. Invested is an Indiana-based nonprofit that provides guidance for families filling out the application. Last year, the group helped more than 10,000 people at events and workshops throughout the state. One of those events, College Goal Sunday, is a statewide event held every October and February and helps families fill out the FAFSA. College Goal Sunday will be held virtually this year on October 25th.
Cool from start to finish tomorrow. Lower 40s, headed to school, coming home from school. Temperature in the upper 50s. Not as windy tomorrow. Mark?
Thank you, Kevin. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next here on WRTV, and then we'll join you back here for WRTV News at 7.